Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's build back the audience. And I'm sorry, we have a problem. We have technical issues. I'm sorry, we have technical issues. We have to build back the audience. We will use my cell phone instead of my computer because the network seems to be freezing. So without much ado, we shall continue my discourse with my cell phone. I do apologize for the network interruptions. It seems as if La Republic is at work. Yeah, but we'll keep building back the audience so that we can now go live on my cell phone. Yeah, because the network is not the best today. The network is not the best today. The network is not the best today, so please, let's build back the audience. We got an interruption as a result of poor network. Poor network, yeah. Poor network and interruptions. So let's build back our audience and continue our discourse for the day using this medium. Yeah. Indicate if you can get me, all of you. Indicate so that we ride on. Yeah. Keep joining, please. Keep joining again. We got disconnected because of network. And maybe La Republic is trying to interfere with our communications. Yeah. Invite. Share and share so that I can ride on with my discourse for today. Yeah, we had some interruption. Network interruption. So let's get back people on board. Let's get back people on board. Let's share and get back our audience. Let's share and get back our audience. Yeah. We got interrupted, so we have to share once more. We have to share once more. Yeah. Keep sharing. Keep sharing, please. Keep sharing. Invite as many people as possible, please. Invite as many people as possible. 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 Okay. I think we have to resume here. We have to resume. Let me share as well. Let me share as well to the public. Share. Yeah. Indicate by thumbs up if everything is okay, then we can proceed. Indicate by thumbs up if everything is okay, then we proceed. Yeah. Is everything okay? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Thank you. Bring them on. Thank you very much. Okay, let's continue. When I say we get a little bit of interruption, it don't excel La Republic one try to infringe on with conversation today because they know say the Tory today go be in a fireworks. The first thing I want to bring into our attention, I say, thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, the first thing I want to bring into our attention, I say, one, we don't live with hypocrites for all through life. We will not be even know say that so their hypocrisy will be towards we. They don't come outrightly now, they don't show the hypocrisy where they get them by killing our people, cutting their necks like goats and like pigs them for street openly. They don't go hire people the way they don't prepare with them. All this while they isolate Ambazonians. They isolate Ambazonians. They don't team up with Nigeria, team up with Chad, team up with that their Semak French Francophones areas, them for order their economic zones or whatsoever, whether they call them like Biak and whatsoever, when I just zones them for, use them for continuous colonialism. What they call them say new colonialistic tools. New colonialism tools. So all that groupings them, that Biak, Semak zone and whatsoever, it be in a group them where they be the shidong the instead they plan a wickedness on how they go chop Amazonian oil, chop their cocoa, chop their coffee, then disregard the people then where they own the land. So now what they do that say wait. They simply do now an understanding between themselves whereby they make oil deals in exchange for down the road over the years for sales, in exchange for protecting La Republique, may it finish wipe all we, chase we into the bushes and take away our territory. Now the technique that way La Republique we don't use them sayings. We will not be know. They be pretend to do other things and small so be the target now we. Say time don't reach where they go wipe we off from the planet Earth. Time don't reach where they go send all we into exile. They go deny forgive we work, deny forgive we everything, so that we begin they will go for exile all. When they go for exile all, they take maybe they frustrate part them, no pay them pension, no pay them their money them, make them they die with high blood pressure, diabetes and other illnesses them, or even poverty alone, kill all the old part them, may they die where they work, save this nation for about 30 years to 40 years, come back with no salary. Now what's that what they do them? Whether they take someone and say they go follow their salary and pension them for Yaoundé, they go climb for steps them for Yaoundé, collapse, die. Now what's that what La Republique do for we, for our parents them? Now what's what La Republique do? My own papa served the nation for 30 years as a police officer. We never ever see no pension. He die command, my mama die follow. No money no ever transfer for the next of kin when I wife. Till today. No money. So La Republique we don't already do a systematic arrangement for suffer we and for make all we move die, move come on run. And so now the remaining one the way they be strong remain for back. Now them now when they don't come simply, they take them, they start cut their neck them now with knife. How we Awusa people they cut swine for abattoir or cow for abattoir. Now so they cut people their neck with knife. And when they cut people their head with knife, France the joint can support, send military people and more knives. Chad, the president, when a dictator wait on there for that too, he send his own military people them to bury them. They can't cut with people their neck with knife. When I don't see the pictures them, horrible pictures them for Bello for come, where they cut some Rastamani neck with knife, cut up so, they say they cut the soya. When I see them, when I say so when I don't come to know the people the way, when I be to live with them, when I don't come to know the hypocrisy, when I be to live with them, when I don't come to see and say, we don't get nothing for do with La Republique. Nothing to nothing. Nothing to nothing for do with La Republique. To hell with them, and we go continue this revolution till the last man standing. Now the spirit that, me no man, no feel say, now the time is for chicken out. This is not a time to chicken out. This is the time to rally and make sure that the world should hear our cry stronger and stronger. I don't hear say United Nations don't already talk say in one whole meeting for DC with Ambazonian leaders. May we be very careful because they be hold another meeting for Nigeria as I be the year say they be talking for president and I say the one whole meeting for Nigeria then they go round them up when they set up. We have to be also careful. We need all-inclusive dialogue in the presence of the United Nations to be carried out in a neutral territory. And the neutral territory will be where? The United States of America, yes. But we'll give get safeguards. So this meeting to a meeting of honesty. Because United Nations, where the Security Council, France, they will get much influence and power. If we trick we into a deal because all of them don't give we bad name, so we'll be secessionist. We don't try to take away that name for secessionist from them. How you go be secessionist when you never ever belong? The very UN, they forget say, that them begin with independence for 1961, talk say we choose by joining. Independence by joining. And they will make a mistake for not giving a third option where we be independence on our own. So the very United Nations government no say it get a problem, a seed of discord where it swarm for that territory. And even Britain don't shy away because Britain no say na you mistake. Say na you mistake because if you withdraw from the territory, say the territory not be economically viable. When they be fully say that territory not be economic viable. Now today, for all this fighting where they go on for that region, where probably go side with Nigeria, with France, with Chad and all those other French countries them. Now for sure when I say Amazonia is the richest country, if you be stand on your own in that area. That is the most richest country. Because if the territory not be economically viable, why be so all when they fight? Say be this territory not stand on its own. That's psychoanalysis. Why be so when they fight? Say be the territory not stand on its own if this territory not be economically viable. That is territory be the interest of Nigeria. Now he go to war with the Republic of Bakassi because Nigeria be interested in the oil for that area where he discovered it. Now this territory be defeat the whole of France. Probably the tap all oil for Sonara send them for France. Now even for the Cameroon itself, oil price dear. The best apples, the way they harvest them for Cameroon, the best bananas and the best everything, they reach for France, that they consume them for France. What when they consume, the rough one them, the dirty ones them. Will if you continue in this style? The irony in it now, what come today for tell when I say we don't observe sociopathy and psychopathy in these past days. Sociopathy and psychopathy now, that manifestation of the act of killing by another human being in the extreme, whereby it gain pleasure in seeing another human being they suffer. Those are sociopaths. And people, the way they observe this from their society on how to kill are sociopaths. So La Republique has brought sociopaths and psychopaths to come and finish our people. And whereas they themselves being as sociopaths and psychopaths as well, they don't enlarge their team to go after we. So we don't see a manifestation of this sociopathy and psychopathy futures at a borderline cruelty by France, Chad, Nigeria, where it joined for orchestrate this act, this sociopathy and psychopathy on our people in exchange for oil deals, in exchange for preferences, in exchange for long-term trade deals, in exchange for whatsoever. So Amazonians are tired. Amazonians also on their own hand don't be also tired for seeing all these horrors. Because some of the people that don't see these horrors don't also become very traumatized. And why the way we get refugees the way they run to Nigeria, why the other one the way they be strongly emotionally resilient, don't become radicalized and stand tall to defend themselves. Now why that? And now a brief description of which way to go on for Amazonia territory be that. Because the people then where they be strong, they don't remain behind, try for defend themselves. Why the sociopaths and psychopaths from La Republique and hired from another nations when they kill us, they don't infest with territory, we don't read it into an outright confrontation. The confrontation be so with it. La Republique agents and the sociopaths and psychopaths carry knife them for cut swine and cow for abattoir. You don't see what's away army they hold gun. You hold gun still hold knife where you feel cut man in neck. Put man for down so shoot him. Then cut in neck again like cow. That the first place will say after you go 10 people the way they don't get nothing. Say they be terrorists. Now who be terrorists? You hold gun, you hold long knife for abattoir for cut people their neck. We'll get the pictures them all. So these pictures them all, they betray La Republique in lies where they tell the whole world, say, now we be terrorists. Now them be terrorists. Military uniform and knife with gun for cut people their neck. I didn't shoot that man, follow again, go cut your neck. Go cut your neck. Cut your belly, it divide into two. Intestine then come out outside. Now the world is who they inside. That is where we have gotten to. And to be candid, God is watching. And given that this was revolution, a God-ordained revolution, the eyes and lips of the Amazonian people have spoken, as they have now known who their leader should be and what qualities their leader should have. Amazonian people have spoken as they know best who their leaders can be and the qualities their leaders should possess. That is why other brave warriors, intelligent, no nonsense, but with common sense, Dr. Sako Ekome Samuel, a man of God, and Vice President, we named Milton Tucker, they don't be entrusted now as acting people them for continue with this revolution. They are wonderful. The task for continue for take we to Boya. They go take we to Boya with no turning back. Let me use this opportunity also for announcing we get the first presidential address where they come up at 9 p.m. Amber, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Time in USA. His Excellency, Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome, go relay with vision and the vision of the IG as we move ahead with this revolution at this critical moment where they cut people their neck with machetes like said they did for abattoir. Well, La Republic and the hired mercenaries, all the same people that they cut people their neck them, they cut their neck like said for abattoir, like said a cow where they cut them, lie to lie. We don't get nothing for do with La Republic again anymore. Any meeting we go get with La Republic or any in the presence of any third party give a being about the negotiation on the terms of we independence of going our way, because we cannot live with hypocrites. We cannot continue to live with hypocrites. Now the message that way I get them very especially very strongly for this morning. Okay, let me also give my people in this message where I don't observe them over time in this our struggle and our history. The message that says never and never can anyone force himself as a leader on the Amazonian people. Not any threat, not any force, not any slander, or using of all tricks, the same tricks of La Republic where they don't copy them over time, be enough for you to navigate yourself into the hem of office of the Amazonian people and the Amazonian revolution. Not even in Boya also. Because, mark you, that it is not for nothing whether the talk say the voice of the people is the voice of wisdom. We don't see a lot of small groups then where they shy away from nation building. They deny for respect with IG, deny for respect the IG policy them. So the IG don't want simply tell when I say all those groups that they go on without anti-campaign or smearing campaigns about the IG and about its leaders. Adults, the way they act like small picking or like babies in this revolution, will not continue for the condone them, because if we condone with them or they sympathize with them a lot and for tell them say we preach unity, we want them for what we want them for what we, they only go them for bush and they cause them more catastrophe and get we into the very mess where it get we into this situation. Because if this revolution be being managed by the IG in a way where we'll be plan this revolution where diplomacy for being at the key and not footages of soldiers here and there, like we never find ourselves into this kind of position we're in now, where we're under an outright warfare with no weapons and with nothing, because we went into something that we were ill prepared, pushed by people who deceived you people Amazonians that they could stage footages of armies and soldiers somewhere, and when that time will come they will act. And then you don't go and stage this kind of thing, then you start running back to beg for arms or to beg for money and to beg for this. It doesn't work like that. If the IG had handled this revolution, they would have handled it maturely. And that's why you people of Amazonia should not be deceived again. You should, we sympathize and we condone with those who are defending themselves, and we like that self-defense should be an aspect here. But the point is that you don't go into a war ill-prepared and ill-equipped. That's it. You don't do that. You have to boost up the morale of the people to know that this is the time that you have to work together to win something. Because it has shown that if unity is strength, if you people cannot muster all your efforts together and do something good and fall behind your leader, if your leader is going left and you are going right, this is uncalled for. We have to some sort of check those people who are trying to disrespect the IG, trying to disrespect diplomacy. You can't be ignoring diplomacy on your own side and talking only of self-defense, whereas La République is extending diplomacy to Nigeria, diplomacy to Chad, diplomacy to France, diplomacy to the Commonwealth, diplomacy to the United Nations, and winning all your sympathizers. Winning all your sympathizers. It will now come a time when you will be caught in isolation. The people of Ambazonia must be very wise at this moment to avoid being caught in isolation. If you know what is isolationist policy. Isolationist policy is a policy whereby you may have a good case, but your enemy is so tactful in a way that can isolate you in the international community and wipe you out through a genocide. And that is what is being carried out now. We should stop that. Because if we don't stop that, and how can we stop that? We can stop that only by those groups that are shying away from working with the IG, those groups that are going behind and disrespecting the IG and the AIP and our abducted leaders and holding what sort of meetings that we don't understand. They have to come out and lay and give their respect and support to the IG. And the IG will in turn support them also in what they are doing in their own way. If you do not support the IG and you go about announcing how their bank account has been compromised, what are you pretending to show? It shows that you are here out for money making. You are here to deceive the people, amass a lot of wealth for yourself, and when we finally get even the independence, we don't have human beings in Ambazonia. We'll go and take over trees. Oh, this is uncalled for. I can see that some phone calls I'm receiving like this are phone calls of the people, of those same people who want to interrupt this interview. They are calling me at the time in the midst of a discourse so that they can derail me. And I know who is calling. And I know where the person stands. So these are some of the techniques. When they see you educating the people and talking the truth or explaining things that are truthful, they will now phone me. As they know I'm using my cell phone, they will call me now to derail me from this discourse. After they have already interrupted my internet line, my network. Now I'm using my cell phone that is direct, and they are now calling the phone because they know that I'm criticizing what they are doing. What they are doing doesn't make sense, and we don't need it. We don't need it at this time. So my advice to all those ill-intentioned Ambazonians working night and day to see that the IG becomes completely crumbled, especially when some people when some of them directly or indirectly have influenced and participated in the mayhem on ground zero, and our abducted leaders, which is still fresh in our memory, fresh in our minds and brains as the people of Ambazonia. Make no mistake, it is my suggestion that a commission of investigation be set up to clear all those whom fingers are pointing to or pointing at, and until they gain a readmission clearance of not being guilty before they can continue participating in this struggle. Fire all their ass, put them out. Anybody who has directly or indirectly involved himself in activities or verbal or physically or whatsoever that must have led to the abduction of our leaders have to be brought to book by being exiled from this struggle, being investigated, examined, and if possible exiled from this struggle until a commission of inquiry gives you a clearance to join back this struggle. This is my own proposition from my psychoanalysis of events, because if we continue this way, we are going the negative path. We're going to the negative part. I used to ask myself that I should really ask all these people who are insinuating all this and doing all this nonsense in this revolution, how do they want to be remembered by history? How do they want to be remembered by history? Because this is history. As we're talking now, history is being written. In history books tomorrow, I'll be remembered as the Ngambe man of the revolution. I know that. So what will you be remembered for? You'll be remembered for having participated with the Republic to abduct the leaders of Ambazonia. Anybody whose name features on that list of people who are accused, they have to undergo investigation, and until they get a clearance of rejoining this struggle from the investigation committee, they are fired, and they should not come close to Buea. because they sold the people. They sold the people. They sold their leaders and they sold the people. And they wanted to kill this revolution. Please get up and work with 80% of Ambazonians that have put their hearts and minds in the IG train and stop daydreaming. Because if you remain in this delusional power-mongering spirit, our people shall be slaughtered day in, day out like goats and pigs, while la Republic negative painting of us as separatist, terrorist extremists keeps gaining grounds and making sense at the world stage. And they are getting more sympathizers. This is my advice I have for you people, those dreamers, because words to a wise is enough. We must stand up as one man and use reason, not emotions, to win all the wars in this revolution, which are physical, psychological, spiritual, propaganda and media warfares. We are fighting the wars on many fronts. So remember, evil intentioners have been planted in our midst, and some have been exposed at this trial moment of our history. As of now, I can classify all the evil intentioners amongst us into the following categories. Some of our own brothers and sisters dining with La République. Some of them are serving in the capacity of the executive, the judiciary, and legislature. And some are even using these arms and all these knives and participating with people to cause mayhem on their own brothers, cousins, and families. It's appalling that you are a child of the Northwest or the Southwest and you are being sent with a gun to go and shoot your own grandfather or cousin or relative in your own land, and then you are spearheading the army of a barbaric 90 years old people, barbaric 90 years old people who have already exhausted their mandate on planet Earth and want to take young people along with them. That shall not happen. We shall not let that to happen. Those old fools. So we have these people who are devils in our midst, planted in various categories. The first category are those who are working in the executive, judiciary, and legislature, who are participating with these people to inflict the mayhem on their own brothers and sisters, the Anglophones in the government. We have to be careful with them. We have to be careful with them, and we have to send this message strong to them that even if we all live or we shall die in the next planet, or in heaven or paradise, the fight will continue. The second group of people who are also devils amongst us are those who are within us and who keep plotting for the kidnap of our leaders, sabotage of the IG, as seen in the past happening. And now another slander campaign of IG policies, where they are trying to gain finances or making money through illicit ways, by telling people how they have contingents of armies left and right, armies that will kill 3 people or 4 people, then a whole village will be brought down. Is that a sensible army? Even Napoleon Bonaparte, when he crossed the River Borondino with 40,000 soldiers, and at River Borondino, 20,000 troops were swept by winter. Napoleon Bonaparte failed woefully in the Moscow campaign of 1812. Which has been remembered in history to be the cancer worm that swept away the strength of Napoleon Bonaparte. The cancer worm that sapped away the strength of Napoleon Bonaparte. The Battle of River Borondino, where he used 40,000 soldiers, was swept by bad winter in Moscow, and the bridge collapsed and swept some of his contingent of armies. We should learn from this history that we studied, whether it was colonial British history or whatsoever. We learn this because it's what is the preponderance. If you kill 4 people, then they wipe a whole village. Why did you start it? Why can you not think that you are going the wrong path and you have to come up and sit with people who are level-headed and right in thinking and judgment and spirit, so that we can synchronize and approach that kind of work, be it diplomatic or be it the self-defense. Let it be done in a and mature manner, not in the kind of small mutiny of whatsoever that leads to disaster and chaos. We are in a situation now that we need to take care, because villages are being burnt, people are being killed, burnt into ashes, people's necks are being cut with knives and all kind of things, because we have decided to take a bad path. Some of us have decided to take a bad path. Follow the IG, mid-level headed people to sit down and think strategies, to know how this revolution can be piloted. How this revolution can be piloted. Let's create, the United Nations is already panicking and trying to hold a meeting with us. The other people of the region, Buhari has just come out and said that there's pressure on Buhari to hand over, to release our leaders who are possibly in his keeping. I'm coming to that. I will explain that because there are new updates about our leaders. I'm coming to that. Please, Ambazonians, don't believe some of these individuals who are going out for these GoFundMes from state to state and holding conferences. Believe them at your own risk. Believe them at your own risk. Ask for accountability and let the monies you put in this revolution do the work that is preponderant to your wish. Do not put yourselves in the same political gangsterism like in the Biafra government or La Republique over the years by systematically duping and telling lies to the people. Duping the people, telling them lies, raising money through illicit means, pretending that you are fighting a war when you are fighting a zero war, a war that you will lose. A war that you will lose. Don't fight a war that you will lose when you are not prepared for the war. So please, we are going to fight a war that we will win. The IG fights a war that they will win. And let the IG be the commander of telling us when it is the time right for us to go to war. Not going to an ill-prepared war. Because we would not have gotten into this mayhem. If we would not have gotten into this, if we followed the appropriate strategies with people, if we had that unity of purpose and are backed by strategies that are unified and confirmed by all, then La Republique is no match for us. La Republique is no match of us because we have that spirit of independence. And where there is a spirit, there's a way. And more above all, God, Almighty God, is on our side because this is a God-ordained revolution. But people should not come and make all of us become so disunited, fighting each other. How can we be fighting La Republique and fighting again in the house? It's shameful. So, fellow Ambazonians, I want you to read the lips and read the actions of those people. The people of Ambazonia are God's people, like the Israelites, endowed with wisdom, resources. Self-defense is the right thing to do and must be done by the people without noise making. Do not bring mayhem on people. Now again, especially when France, Nigeria, Chadian forces have all entered the territory and are carrying out a genocide, and seeing how these Muslims from Chad and from North are now using knives to slaughter Ambazonians' necks like cows and pigs. There's one thing I want to recall you people about that you should take note of. You all must have watched that the other day. There was a video that went viral. A video of some small hand-picked soldiers training. And that they were claiming that they are the DOD, that they were the Department of Defense Forces of the IG. That, oh my God, that is a lie. That is a lie. This is a pure stage plan to eliminate more people by claiming that the DOD of the IG operate these troops. The DOD of the IG does not operate training camps in Nigeria, whereby they have people, because this is a ploy of La Republique to gain support from international community. Those soldiers were doing exactly what Nigerians do in youth camp training. And it must have been an arrangement between Buhari and La Republique du Cameroon so as to hold our leaders. And that's why Buhari is quick to come out and say that he will help La Republique du Cameroon to clear all secessionists from his territory. So this was a stage type of nonsense. Because they went and gathered some few troops, wore them uniforms and said DOD army. The training style and everything, my Nigerian friends have told me that the training style and everything is that of the youth camp of Nigerian training forces. So this is what they staged and said DOD. They asked them, what group do you people belong to? We belong of the DOD of the IG. It's all lies. Those are all lies and motion pictures. Motion videos and motion pictures to motion the international community so that La Republic can have support. So La Republic can have support and then go after you and say that, oh, we're extremists. As I told you, they have forces. They are fighting. They have forces. You know? So, of which we don't have it. We don't have them. DOD don't have them. Does not have them. So, this is a technique, a calculated technique that they will use to incriminate our leaders in their keeping, if at all they are alive, because they have refused to show us where they are up to now. People should remember that as frustration grips La Republic, they turn into vengeance. They turn into vengeance on innocent and harmless people of Ambazonia. You can see that they have copied from our example of late. Although this concerns French Cameroon, because anything that concerns La Republic, we are not interested. Whatever their policies are, we are not interested. We are interested about things that concern Ambazonia. But while we are doing our things that concern Ambazonia, we should also throw eyes on what they are doing. You must have heard that La Republic has set up a constitutional council. A constitutional council, and this constitutional council is copied from the Ambazonia Presidential Council. So they can be able to copy from us also and set up a constitutional council, the same like the presidential council 3. So and by so doing, Nyat who is the senator by constitution, who is supposed to maybe handle the post of president when the president is vacant, or when the post becomes vacant, or when the president is incapacitated, Nyat will not have anything to do with holding it, because there is a constitutional council in place that will decide to hold the presidency. That is what suggestions and psychoanalysts have been visualizing and have been discussing within their circles when they heard that announcement of a constitutional council that has been set up in Yaoundé, and the constitutional council is headed by a 77-year-old Ewondo man. So that is the constitutional representative if the head of state becomes incapacitated. I copied from the IG when the IG set up a presidential council. So at least they can take something from this our revolution as well. We are teaching them how Anglo-Saxon people do handle their things. So they can learn from this our revolution, because whatever they borrow from us, they go and use it. They are borrowing from us as they are used to copy work. Let them borrow from us, but they will not borrow Ambazonian brains, because Ambazonian got talents. So, especially at this time that we hear that the dictator is bedridden and possibly dead, the octogenarian diaper-wearing regime of shithole nation of Yaoundé and La République du Cameroon is facing hard times, as we hear that their president is sick and maybe have passed or kicked the bucket. Those are all rumors, but there's no smoke without fire. So that is that for that. That's that for now. Let me come and add more salt to our leaders. The whereabouts of our leaders. We have also got some news. One of the news that I got, because this is my analysis that I get, I gather my news from online and whatsoever. This is not news from the IG though. This is my psychoanalysis. So let me add more salt to our leaders and our refugees. Our refugees are likely to be used as political punchback. Information from some sources have confirmed to me that Buhari has threatened the United Nations and Amnesty International to send away all the refugees from Nigeria if they continue putting pressure on him to release our leaders. Which means that there's no smoke without fire. It means that our leaders are in Nigeria. If Amnesty International and United Nations can be pressurizing Buhari to release our leaders, then our analogy, or from this reading from the psychopathology of Buhari in these past days, it can be deciphered that our leaders are in Nigeria, because Buhari has just assured them that he will keep them in jail, and when all public opinion dies, this is one of the possibilities that Buhari might have said that he will keep them in jail, and when the public opinion has been swayed to be convinced that we know that our leaders are in Cameroon, then he will then ship them overnight to Cameroon, if he hasn't done that yet. Yeah, so mark you, he just declared that he will help La Republique to chase Ambazonian separatists from his soil. So be careful. Buhari has just said that he will help La Republique to chase Ambazonian separatists from his soil. So it means that Buhari and Yaoundé are playing on the same playbook. And let me remind you people that if you know Alhaji Babandawara of Amazonia, sometime it was alleged that Alhaji Babandawara escaped to an unknown destination. So as he escaped to an unknown destination, we are getting some information that he might have gone and met Buhari, and then somebody like Rene Sadi also came and just concretized their union, the union of the Northerners and the union of the Mbororo people, the Mororos. They have decided now to gang up alongside with Issa Chiruma, and then they planned this deal so well to kidnap and abduct our leaders. And there are three possibilities here. Remember when I made my psychoanalysis, or I gave some hypotheses. I gave some hypotheses which were that possibly our leaders were killed the same day, or our leaders are in jail in Nigeria, or our leaders have been shipped to Cameroon. And I asked you people to choose among the hypotheses and see which one wins the game. So by Buhari coming up to acknowledge that he will help La République du Cameroon to chase all secessionists from his territory, and to help La République so that Nigeria will not be used as a secessionist ground, means that La République and Buhari are on the same playbook. And the playbook is what? They must have come to a consensus whereby they should arrest our leaders, jail them in Nigeria, or kill them in Nigeria, and carry the crime scene to Cameroon. And that's why La République du Cameroon has not been able to show us any video footages of our leaders. And they have not been able to respect our ultimatum. They kept on coming out to repeat the same thing, that our leaders are doing fine, they are undergoing investigation, they are at set, or they are with the special investigation unit, they will be released or shown to the people when the time comes. La République does not have our leaders. There's a 90% surety that La République does not have our leaders, because Buhari has come out to some sort of respond to the United Nations and Amnesty International that if they keep on pressurizing him to give the leaders, he will chase all our refugees out from Nigeria. So you see, Buhari seems to be a power broker in the deal of La République. And so some schools of thought are insisting that we should not give up the protests at the Nigerian embassies. We should also pressurize the Nigerian embassy, because Nigerian embassy came under fire worldwide from Amazonians as a result of the protest. So some people are proposing that Nigeria is panicking and its international image is at bay if we continue to pressurize Nigeria as well. Whereas some of us are also thinking that this might be a distraction for us to be focusing on Nigeria and forget about continuing our train to Buea while targeting La République du Cameroon. So we have to think about that. In as much as we are going after the Cameroon embassies through a protest, we should also think that we still have to mount pressure on Nigeria, because Nigeria stands 75 to 80% knowing where our refugees are and keeping our refugees. Because this is a deal. This is a quid pro quo between La République and Nigeria. That is the information that I bring to you people today. I will conclude by telling you people, or reminding you people again, that I came here purposely for two announcements. The first announcement is that the president will be live at 9 p.m. Amber on his maiden speech to you people, where he will be laying out policy. The second is that there is a protest in D.C. The Amazonian people are going to D.C. on Saturday at the Cameroon embassy to protest. A detailed plan of the protest, or the flyers of the protest, will be available on my wall. Those are the two informations that I came to pass. After having passed those two informations, I've also profited to do my psychoanalysis, which means that I've said a lot of things here that is coming from my mind and my brain, which is not a policy from the government. So take it. I came from the government to pass two announcements. I've passed them, and I've profited to do some psychoanalysis, my own judgment about situations, and also to analyze that if we do not unify ourselves and work hand in glove, and if we do not keep all those guys who are responsible for getting us to where we are, they will plunge us into more danger and we risk losing this revolution. If people do not stop attacking the IG, we can't be fighting a war from two fronts. We can't fighting La Republique and fighting ourselves. La Republique is laughing as they are winning and our people are being slaughtered. If we do not think of the appropriate way to go about self-defense and to go about diplomacy, then believe me, we are not going to go anywhere in this revolution. We are at a period where our leaders have been abducted. We have a new leader in place. You people should, new acting leader, you people should work together, rally all the good ideas, bring behind the IG, fall behind the IG. The IG is a government. Groups and individuals go to the government. The government remains open to receive the groups and individuals, but the group and individuals go to a government. A nation cannot be going down to groups. The groups have to come and meet the nation and the nation builders. Because we are now in the period of nation building. We have passed the level of groups and individuals. This is a battle where anyone who messes will be sanctioned. Like the people whom allegations and fingers are pointing to them have to undergo investigation. And until that investigation is conducted, in my opinion, they should maintain a backseat in the revolution. That's the message I bring to you people. Please stay on and listen to the president, who will be coming on shortly from now, in about some minutes from now or so. Since I'm using my cell phone, I can't see the time. The president is coming shortly. Take policy from your president. Don't take policy from Dominic Santos. Take announcements from me. Take policy from your president, our president. That's the message I bring to you this morning. And God bless you. We were destabilized by the network, but I decided to go back on my cell phone, and you people can get me so well. Oh, thank you. Maître Celestin Tatung, welcome on board. Welcome on board. You came at the time when I'm wrapping up. So, but anyway, you can replay my video and get what I'm bringing, all the information I've brought to you today. The information from the interim government, my own psychoanalysis of the situation. We must work together. We must work together. The interim government stands ready to work with everybody, and this is the time for us to work together. If we remain divided, we fall. United, we stand. That's the message I bring to you people. Have a blessed day. It's been Dominic Santos Psych. I wish all of you well, and I think that we will meet again tomorrow same time, for some information about some analysis on the psychoanalysis of the president's speech, and as well as talk about more updates about the protest rally. So without much ado, I will wish all of you a very nice day. A very nice day, as we'll end without the anthem, since we're using my cell phone. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Love all of you guys. Bye.